Okay, hopefully you can see these well enough. Starting voltage is pretty much 40 volts. Amperage is 0. I'm going to try and position the amperage here so it's easier to see. So that's no load. So as you can see, it's not getting anything yet. So we're already 25 amps and it's barely touching. Super light. 32 amps, 35 amps sometimes. And I mean, you can see what's coming out the side here and hear it. It's pretty light edge. If you look at my shadow's in the way, but look at the ice. It's pretty minimal. So kind of sit between 35 and 40 amps. Just taking a very, very light edge, like barely scratching the surface. Take it down a little more. Now we're pretty consistently 40 amps, still pretty light cut. I'm going to go down, take it till it's at 45. Pretty much one more turn, got it to be pretty consistently 45. Starting to hit now what would be like what I would call just like typical end of the night edge. And so there you see it just in a couple spots where it was higher, it went over 50, and you can hear the machine changed its sound a little bit. What's the voltage doing? So voltage has dropped off pretty substantially. 32 volts. And you can see the battery indicator is starting to flash. And this is still a pretty light edge, like there's zero lip at all here at the edge. It's just taking like a little crest off. And if you look at the amount of snow, you know, this is just basically like what you do at the daily end of night edging without, you know, even coming remotely close to what you would do if you're doing ice maintenance and taking corners down. And so you can see we're still pretty consistently 50 amps. Still sitting, dropped under 32 volts now. See if we can get this brighten up. So yeah, consistently under 32. And still sitting around 50, and you can see the battery indicators flashing that it's about to die. We'll see if we can get all the way around the rink just at this level of edging. Definitely getting a little bit of a smell from the edger. I don't have the best nose, but so sitting around 31 and a half, and for a second there it pushed up as high as 60 when there was a little bit of a bit more ice buildup in the one spot. Hopefully you can see what the cut looks like. My shadow is kind of getting in the way, but so back at 32 volts, which makes sense because the amperage had dropped off. We're taking a little bit less in this area of the boards. But you can see it's pretty consistently maintaining about 50 amps, hitting 60 every once in a while when there's just a little bit of build up, usually where the seams in the boards are, the dasher board gaps, usually a bit more build up in those spots. Still sitting around 50 amps draw. .32 volts. So now this time you can kind of see what I took off last round, and just gonna make another pass and see if I can get all the way around the boards, or if it has that in it or not. See, the amperage did hit 60 in these corners. And now you can see we are taking a little bit more. Still not quite as much as you would maybe take cutting the corner down, but you know, you can hear it and see it coming out. It's taking, this is a pretty reasonable amount of cutting right now. Voltage sitting about 31, just shy of 31. Amperage is pretty consistently 60 amps now. You can see it even hit 64 in some spots. .65 amps there. So you can see my previous cut. I don't know how well you can see the cut marks here. Our lighting's not real great on this arena. So the amperage is pretty consistently 60 to 65 at this point. And voltage, we're sitting 30 volts pretty consistently. So this corner, it's engaging a bit more. I saw it hit, it was I think 70 amps for a split second there. And so at this point, there's still no lip against the board there. We don't have any, like, nothing to chop with the chopper at this point at all. It's still pretty much completely smooth to the boards. .60 pretty consistently. Decent amount of snow coming out now. So this is okay. So now, I don't know if you can see that. This is when the smoke is starting. definitely got a little bit of a smell now. So still sitting pretty consistently around 60 amps. I don't know, maybe I was oh no. So still pretty consistently 60 amps. I feel like I definitely saw some whiffs of smoke, but there we go. I don't know if it's the camera's capturing that or not. So I don't know if it's visible, but it actually almost looks like this is what's smoking. Like the label on that wire is almost looks like where the smoke is coming from. What's the voltage doing? About 30 volts. Still at 50 amps. Still pretty similar cut. Still no edge here. You can feel a tiny bit of change there, but you can see there's, you know, getting to be a bit more snow buildup. So really don't know if the video is capturing or not, but there's definitely a decent amount of smoke coming off there right now. wish I had my thermo camera on here too, because I feel like that would really highlight the no, my meter just timed out. Well, okay, now actually looks more like the smoke that's happening is coming right here off the battery. Of course, as soon as I pause, it disappears, but it was definitely coming out of that little hole right there. The smell of it definitely was more of like maybe like a little bit of a sulfuric type smell than the smell of a motor burning. Like windings on a motor burning is a pretty distinct smell, and you can see that. That smoke now, hopefully. It's really hard to get the camera on it. Okay. Well, we've got a nice booking coming up, so I'm gonna have to stop this test. But yeah, hopefully it's pretty clear in the video that you can see what we're talking about. The smell is definitely not as strong as what I was expecting based on reports, but the smoke is pretty evident there. Hopefully it's distinguishable between the snow, but it's unfortunate the meter's timed out. Problem with the remote display. It's great until the power saving kicks in. So there's pretty good stream coming off that one battery now. You can also actually see like a little bit of a drip coming off of it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to call it there so that we can get some guys on the ice here.